It should still have me in the room, yeah. Tuesday. Trying to figure out what's going on with this connection. Say it's change tables. Move up. Let me put it like this: a lot of people hate the newer archetypes because they aren't used to the way that their play style is, or that the way that they function. But once you understand and you have countermeasures, like, it isn't that big of an issue. Like, you don't hate it as much. Like, a lot of people be like, oh, I hate Eldritch. In the Eldritch matchup, you just use evenly Lightning Storm, Harpy's Feather Duster. It makes it manageable. But, yeah. You just have to have answers to the matchup, that's all. Oh boy, this ain't looking good for Sage. He's playing like burn cost method to his death sphere, because it's like his main focus is like what's this fusion? The Masquerade, and then his trap card dealt burn damage, so it's basically forcing his opponent's life points near zero so that they can't activate any more effects, or they just basically die. Before anything else, that was supposed to be his first move from Galaxy Eyes in the field. I didn't expect him to go for that Afterglow. I thought he would attack with the Galaxy Eyes, because Galaxy Eyes during the battle phase, if that Ring of Destruction had activated, targeting the Galaxy Eyes could have just jumped out of the way, come back, then he could have made Afterglow, because you always want to bait out that back row just to see what it is before you try to extend. Then he could have made the Afterglow and then Exceed Summon, depending on what he has in his extra deck. He could have made a really decent comeback without taking that additional 3,000 points of damage. The most he probably would have taken would have been 1,200 to activate Galaxy Eyes effect, and then he still would have to take another 12, 24, but he would have taken that whole 3 though. And if he had Cypher Dragon inside his extra deck, he could have taken control of them and use it for a Link Summon and go from there, and reduce the amount of life points he would have to pay. Now, 1,400, he has one effect activation, meaning that only that face down card could activate, and it better be a doozy of a face down, because he doesn't have 2,400 life points to pay for a sec. Not even 24. He needs at least 24 and 1 life point to still be alive. So he has one effect activation versus his Despia player. Well, actually he has 2. He did got rid of the fusion, so up to about 600. Oh wow, that's a really good trap card. The allure didn't negate Galaxy Eyes effect. Wow, connection. I would assume that the connection broke for for that guy. Wow. What a way to win a duel from behind. You know where to come.
Even that, if you know it, you can call me, you can message me.
Exactly. That's why it's baffled at who that was blown outside. Looks like the room has been disbanded. We're going back on to rank. Oh, whoa. What deck that is? Oh, okay. Back to the red supernova shenanigans. Wow, the nightmarish horrors. In the witch. Sandwich. Hold on. Oh wow, that's powerful. Oh. Some of these hands getting ridiculous. Whew. Some of these hands just horrible. Ugh. Wow, that's what three of them. Much better. I should have done that somewhere. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Season 15, crap. I have all them in the deck. 4, 2 on a 1. Yep, on the dot. One of the best ways to break boards, Sky Juice. Yeah, boy. Yup. If only. If only. Wow. That's what he was waiting on. And that's where Kaiju's coming handy right there. Hey, what you say, crazy boy? Sound like you've been on vacation. Some type of server error, something. I literally had to restart the entire application, which whenever I do that, it cuts the stream. I really was trying to keep all my duels in ranked so that I could keep earning crystals so that I could buy more cards. Where's the dart? Just said that. Not really next deck, because with Master Duel you limited to whatever you have, so it's just whatever I have. Isn't really nothing much. Now if I had access to all the cards, that would have been a different story. Let's see. Bomb, 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 bomb. Since that's how you want to play, I need to do this. Hold on. Make sure I'm doing that right. Oh, that's it. Alright, that still could work. Oh, I actually played that bad. I should have used Converter Effect first. Use Converter Effect and then banish it from the graveyard. Yeah, I switched into Twitch. Oh, this is horrible. I really had needed to banish that while I was in the grave, not for my hand. Alright, that misplay cost me. Players say I could build a bigger fan base off of Twitch, so I told them I'll swap over and go to Twitch then. Yeah, those were the days when I had access to all the cards and I could have really create any number of different shenanigans, variants, different ratios. But with Master Duel, until I have access to all the cards, and then like how they release so many new cards so frequently, then you got to try to keep up, and then you only can play what you have. So it's like it literally hurts. The hell is this? Small world? Review a monster in your hand, choose a monster from your deck with the exact same type name attribute attack in the field until balance to reveal from your hand, then add from your deck one monster that is exactly the same type attribute. Wow. I'm not sure if it's going to allow me to do that from my console. I'm not sure, and I think there may be some restrictions with streaming both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I think I read up on that. That's why I only did YouTube, since that's where I originally started. Wow. Kid you not, some of these songs just horrible. Wow, it's the first time I'm actually seeing blue eyes in a while. Yeah, I see the new event. In my last stream, I actually did two variants of a deck that you guys should be playing for the event. I think I did save them too. Well, because you're still gonna have to deal with a lot of other shenanigans. I'm supposed to go look at to see how the Time Lords are restricted, because you know they're gonna be annoying. Subterras, Eldritch, those other annoying decks. So you want to mainly keep a lot of board wiping cards inside your build, and then just mainly heavy beat sticks. But I think Eldritch, because of the Golden Lord's effect, just to bump up the 3,500, that and Cubics, they're gonna be like two to really watch out for. Trust me on that. Anything with big beaters, heavy burn damage at the same time. Wow, that's powerful. Oh, I can do that as well. All right. That would make that to be down that. Or declares an attack. Okay, that we can bomb that. We can use that effect, but then we would still, because I think only affect monsters. Just double checking something real quick. Yep. All right. Oh, they have no. Well, I didn't went to check to look at the loner decks, but like I said, anything that could beat over your opponent quickly on board wipes, and you should be fine. You should be fine. True Dracos is gonna be another thing too, and probably Mac Knights. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that's a really good effect. Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon. I wonder why you don't have that inside his extra deck. That would have been a really good summon. He could have gone +3 off of 3. Oh, that's another thing. Rituals would also be good inside that event. So if you actually play Blue Eyes during the event with Chaos Mox, you probably have an even big advantage over everyone else. I need to actually go look to see how budget you could build a Chaos Mox. Wow. Oh, the overwhelming odds. Why could not Moxie from last turn? Yes, Dark World is really good. Really good. Especially if you're playing it with dangers. And Dark World deck combos are very devastating, especially if you combo them off with Epidemic Virus. You can do a whole lot of damage to your opponent's deck with Dark World and viruses, especially Epidemic, being able to destroy all their spell cards for the next 3 turns or trap cards, depending on what base you feel your opponent's using. And then Dark Worlds do a lot of adding, popping. You can exceed and go into more extension plays for draws. You can even go the route of Cyberstir and OTK and just basically kill the opponent. Wow, you get a skill drain. Well, that's it for me. Well, you're already attached to my channel. Just go on my channel and type in anything Dark World, Danger Dark World, anything along those lines, and look at the videos. Even from what that was Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, the very first one. If you go see what you can do with Dark Worlds from then, it would blow your mind. Like, that's a deck you do not sleep on at all. Trust me, Dark World's very easy to play. And you can do a whole lot of damage discarding your opponent's hand as well, with the right combination of cards. But I think Trick Stars, the way that you can do it with Trick Stars would be better, because in some instances, you can force your opponent to draw and then play card destruction and then cause them to deck out. Like if they Moxie and you go off on your special summons, because Dark World does heavily special summon. Oh, these hands are horrible. Because Dark World heavily special summons, they can go like, I'll do special summon, draw off Moxie. So they start off with, let's say they play a 40 card build, they have 35 left in the deck. If you can make about 50 in special summons, which you can do more than that playing Dark Worlds, then going into other Exceed plays, or these Evil Twin cards. Other Exceed plays, well, if you count Link Evolution, being able to link and then do like the Cyber Stirring combo, build a really good board, you're gonna get over 15 special summons. So your opponent is going to draw at least 15 cards on top of the 5 they open with, which is 20. And all you do is play card destruction, and then they pick up the last 20 cards, and you end your turn and they deck out because they have no more cards to draw. Which is a horrible way to lose by playing Moxie, by the way. Now the downside to that is if your opponent is playing Exodia, you do not want your opponent to actually draw their last 20 cards. To always be on the safe side, make them draw and make them have 21 in hand and 19 in deck, or 20 in hand and 19 in deck, or just make sure that they have more cards in hand than they have in deck. So when you do play card destruction, even if they draw Exodia, they would lose before Exodia's win condition can actually be valid, because they would deck out picking up Exodia. So they would deck out and lose by decking out before Exodia's win condition be valid. But you can do a lot. You can even play a different hand destruction method by forcing your opponent to put their hand back in their deck. That's what I used to do with Dark Worlds. You use Sylvia, and you would just make an effect like I think it's Serum, the level 1. Target your Sylvia, and then Sylvia makes your opponent put 2 cards from their hand back in the deck. So if your opponent opens up with 5 cards and you hit Sylvia's effect twice, you just cause your opponent to go -4 right off the bat, and they have 1 card in hand, and then like they draw. Or if your opponent somehow manages like to have 6 cards, like we play 1 day a piece or something like that, and you can recur Sylvia's effect 3 times, your opponent's gonna have 0 cards in hand and play Yu-Gi-Oh! With literally top decking. You can do that, and it's really good. Like I say, you go 1 Sylvia, your opponent goes -2. If you go 2 Sylvias, your opponent goes another -2. And if you combo them with viruses, then everything else is irrelevant after that. Your opponent really would have a hard time playing Yu-Gi-Oh! At that point. Wow, these hands are really, really horrible. And if I guys show you the ratio for the deck build, you'd be like, no way. Oh, wow. Surrender. I'm not even going to waste my time with that. I'm going to show you guys the build. This is ridiculous. And show you guys how many of each card and then what they are actually giving me. That's what baffles me. That's why I always tell TCG players they always have it better playing in real life, because of the way that decks in real life are shuffled and assorted. You don't always run into the same issues we have when we play digitally, because digitally all these right here, what you see that we call cards, are actually just data. They're just data that looks like Maxi and Jet Synchron, and the game just gives you whatever it wants, and that's that. But based off the hands, I literally have 6 level 2s, and I can open nor draw into at least one of them, and I have 6 of them. And then sometimes I can't even open up with a jump synchron, and I have what, 3, 6, 7, 8 ways to get junk synchron, and well, yeah, basically 8 junk synchrons. And also with the level 2s, actually 7, because reinforcements of the army actually acts as a 7th copy, so 7 level 2s that I'm supposed to have access to, and 8 junk synchrons. 7 level 2s, 8 junk synchrons, and I cannot open up with the junk synchron and the level 2. Like, that is far-fetched and ridiculous, literally. Like, that just baffles me. I don't understand it. And then when you do cut cards and add in more copies, then you get like opening up with like junks, 3 of your junk synchron, or 2 of your junk synchrons, and 2 of your junk converters. And you don't really want to pitch the junk synchron with junk converters effect, because you really want junk converters effect to pitch any other tuner to get the junk synchron to combo off. That's why I said it is utterly ridiculous that I can't open up with a junk synchron and a level 2. 6 regular, 1 odd. 7 level 2s, 8 junk synchrons, 3 regular junk synchrons, and 5 odds on the junk synchron, using converter, reinforcements of the army, and synchro overtake. And that's what baffles me. But it is what it is. It ain't just the videos, it's the videos. When you see the numerous different things that you can actually do, because it's like different versions of Dark World. Like I tell you, you can play Danger version. You can play pure Dark World. You can play Dark World Virus. Dark World Virus, I think that is so shit. Listen to me, you can deck yourself out with Dark Worlds. Literally, that's just how stupid good they are. You can just deck your own self out. You can just, the same way you do to your opponent, you would run through your deck, you'd have more cards in hand than you have in deck, and play card destruction and just deck yourself out. That really is. In those cases with Link monsters, you basically, and that's why when I did my beginner to master level dueling tutorial, it's on the channel. You would go back to the video where I even stated, by the time as we get into Link format, before Link format was even legit, they only announced it, I already had an idea of what it should like in terms of the monster, the spell trap card ratio, that by the time you get to Link format, you're gonna need to play anywhere from 24 monsters to about 30 monsters by the time you get to Link format. And this is what I said years ago, before Link format is what it is. like certain things just, at least from my perspective, make sense when you talk about deck building, construction, and the way that you foresee dueling going on. Because when you look back, because I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh before it was even released in real life. I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and knowing how simplistic monster effects were back then, like now when you look at it, you notice monsters start having 2 or more effects, or recursion effects, or those effects that allow it to be invulnerable to certain things. And then knowing that, now you have monsters with, 3 effects. Wow, what is all this? You can conduct tribute summons that require 2 tributes by sending 1 monster you control and 1 card your opponent controls to the graveyard instead. Oh, if this card is tribute, if this face-up card would leave the field. I think this is Flanders they was talking about. This guy's normal, somebody could add 1 level 4. Wow, barrier. Wow, that is crazy. I see that it gives them an additional normal summon along, depending on what they play, and an additional art to assist with that. That's why to be careful, and this is where timing your cards come into handy, because I could have activated this last turn, but I decided to spare it just so I could be able to do something like this worst case scenario. Alright. Oh wow, that's crazy. Alright. And I see, did he send the monarch to the grave? Or he may still have that in hand? So basically it sounds like Flanders is a deck that focuses more on normal summons than anything else. Wow. Oh. Oh wow, and that's a really good card for a deck that heavily normal summons. Harpy's Feather Duster, wow. Book of Moon. Wow. Yeah, outlet, that's what I said. I did mention that outlet would be a thing. Uh, the deck is only really annoying if the player can go off. If you can prevent the player from going off, you'll be alright. Because remember now, these effects have to do with adding. If you can prevent the opponent from adding, or if you can actually like evenly the field, or basically take out their hand, you can use cards like Witch's Strike. But your opponent would have to negate something for Witch's Strike, though. That's the only thing. It then becomes manageable. But bam, that's not gonna work. And it isn't like I'm playing anything competitive, because if this was Raid Raptors, I could have just stunned the field, and all that shenanigans they was doing would have been irrelevant. Trust me, like I say, as it gets competitive, all it really comes down to is your strategy versus your opponent. Like I said, if you guys have seen my Raid Raptor build, as long as you can stun the opponent and make whatever they can play useless, all those shenanigans they were doing just now dies. That's all it is. That's all it is. All these hands. That's only if Flunderies gets the setup. You have to remember how Yu-Gi-Oh works. If your opponent has a head start over you and you cannot outplay their setup, you are going to get outplayed. Yeah, seeing as how majority of their monster effects resolves on board, anything along those lines, evenly would be very useful against them. Let's do this. Mind you, everyone is or have arguments and complaints that, oh, this is annoying and this is unbeatable, and you really only have to dissect the very start of the combo, understand what kind of effect is being used, whether it's an add, whether it's an effect that just sets a card to the field or banishes, and then understand countermeasures, because literally there is nothing new in Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe the way that a summoning is conducted, but it is really nothing new. They all follow the same basis or premises of every other summoning method. If it's a special summon, a normal summon, or a tribute summon, they all work the same way. Some things tribute summon differently, such as how I think that's True Draco. True Draco, that they can tribute spells and traps, but the mere fact is that it's still a tribute summon. So if you use an old school card that I do have in my bookmark called Mask of Restrict, they cannot tribute summon or tribute for a tribute summon on the hold, meaning that they can't even ritual summon. And that's an old school card, Mask of Restrict. But understanding, because a lot of people would not actually utilize Mask of Restrict versus True Dracos, because they overlook True Dracos as saying, oh, they have versatility with their spells and traps. When they're tribute, they pop. But True Draco's foundation is tribute summoning by tributing their spells and traps. But if they can't tribute summon, the recursion effect for their spells and traps, such as adding cards or doing any other shenanigans, they can't even activate. At least the secondary set, like popping cards when they go to the graveyard. But like I said, there's literally nothing new in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's either they normal summon, special summon, tribute summon, or your opponent plays a spell card, or your opponent plays a trap card. All have the same main weakness. All. If you play a monster, if you play an effect that says your opponent cannot activate monster effects, all monster effects die. I think that's Majesty's Fiend. Majesty is ruler. Your opponent can't special summon, no matter what the special summoning method. They can't special summon. You just keep Yu-Gi-Oh simple. They all have the same weakness. It doesn't change. It honestly doesn't. The way that it's being conducted, yes, but they all have the same basis. You go by the main base weakness. If it's special summoning, oh, he's a tuner. Whether it's special summoning, normal summoning, or tribute summoning, you just clip the wings there on that. Same thing with spells. You either restrict spells or destroy them before they can be played, and same thing with trap cards. If your opponent is playing a heavy trap-based build, you go first. You're playing, like I said, Dark World Virus. You go off Epidemic, select traps. All trap cards your opponent controls, and for the next 3 turns will be destroyed. Trap cards in the deck are no longer an issue. Alright, Dabna. And that's all it really is. You just stick to the base weakness for everything else. That adventure, I ran into someone who played the adventure token. At least it was my first time seeing it, and the equip card just dealt with my red supernova. Had I known, I would have interrupted it to prevent it from happening, but I didn't know. I just allowed the equip card to equip. When I read the effect, I was like, oh, but that won't happen again. Oh yeah, that Tiger King, I think that's what it is. But what you're talking about right there, you're not just gonna have that lurking inside your main deck and then never run into flunderies. So that's why I say it gets situational at a certain point. Like I say, if you're gonna play and you're running into stuff like flunderies and not prank kids, Eldritch, you use simplistic cards that banish because you know that they have recursion effects. So banishing them face down stops the recursion effects or when they would be banished. Similar, like with Thunder Dragons, you want to do a very similar thing by banish up, then banish face down, then versus face up. But like I said, the premise for beating a lot of anything is all the same. All it is people get too technical when it comes to beating certain things. Like they try to go at the individual monster or the individual card versus the actual base or premise the deck is built on. That's where it gets complicated. You always keep it simple. What's this? This is another archetype that I am not familiar with. I'm just ashing right off the bat. Add one right of armor. Nope. We got a call by the grave dot. And see, the thing is with that adventure token, that is a really good strategy to combine with skill drain as well as Monarch's Erupt. Because if you have a tribute summon monster on top of that, like Majesty's Fiend, then you can do Vanity's Fiend, you can do a whole lot of damage having Vanity's Fiend locking your opponent with a special summon in, as well as monster effects cannot be activated. During the main phase, if we control no monsters or wow. When a card or effect is activated while you control an adventure token. Alright, which he does not control. Oh, we need a miracle. There's our miracle. Just because he didn't have that adventure token. That's why I say that adventure token is really powerful. If that gets on board, you really do want to avoid that. And like I said, tokens, they don't usually have effects, so skill drain and other cards of that nature that have permanent field negation effects. Like I said, the build for this deck is really good. It's just sometimes the hands you get are like ridiculous and shouldn't even be allowed. Like right now. Like I said, 8 junk synchrons and 7 level 2s. Alright, this is QB virtual world thingy. Place a virtual gate card on the top of your deck. All virtual monsters you control. Send the top 3. I don't know how to feel about that. Go ahead. Oh, wow. That said the trap card directly? How did I miss that? Place one virtual. Oh, face off from your deck, face up on the field. Wow, how in the world did I miss that? I thought that was saying place it face up on the deck, or I would have definitely asked that. Yeah, I misread the card effect. I thought it was allowing the player to place the card on top of the deck, not face up on the field, or I would have ashed that. And then Moxie after. Yeah, I know. Like I said, I thought it was just placing the card on top of the deck. I don't mind if they put the card on top of the deck. The issue was it being face up on the field. Oh, wow. It all depends. It all depends on the player, because if certain deck builds can just extend and it's turn 2 and it's after turn 1 and they can OTK you, the Moxie would probably be irrelevant because, well, you've seen firsthand, I take a lot of Moxie challenges and I win a lot of Moxie challenges. Like, you literally have to pick up what you need to win. It's not going to stop me. Or I play smart against the Moxie challenge, whether I should extend or not, and then go from there. but that one misread on the card, oh, that hurt. That really did. Because all the special summoning he doing, either he would stop or he would not be able to play against the hand I would have had. Oh, he's carrying 2 kings. I'm just going to surrender. Because he's going to be able to stop me from attacking and neutralize my monster effects. I kid you not, these hands are ridiculous. 8 junk synchrons, 7 level 2s, and I can't pick up a combination of one and the other. First I'd have to earn the cards. Like I say, it isn't like I have access to all the cards and not playing them. I just don't have access to them, so I can't play them. Oh wow, there's the scary Ash. I didn't even do nothing. I don't even understand what the Moxie for. I only sent in the card from deck to grave. Scary. Scary. Huh. That's all I was doing. Sending a card from deck to grave, demand activate Moxie. At least wait for an effect to trigger that says special summon, then chain Moxie, response, draw 1. Oh boy, my dog was doing that yesterday. Oh boy. I put her outside for the stream so that she doesn't be all up in my lap and top dancing on my head. Infinites and permanents. That's what you decided to add. Keep going. Caught. No special summon. Plain Flunderies. I just gonna say something that doesn't actually special summon. Oh, that's how it allows them to normal summon during the opponent's turn. What's this? This card, and then immediately, and something else. Wow. Just make sure you have something to take care of in the group. Yeah, that's why I say just ensure that you make that so that you don't get disrupted. And if you don't, just ensure that if you do get disrupted, you can continue to extend after that. Infinite impermanence and one other face down. Oh, YT. Wow. Oh. Headache. One headache. Feel like I get nowhere with this. I'm not going to waste my time. That effect is going to get negated. This really baffles me. Like, this really does. There's literally nothing wrong with the ratio of the deck. But yet, I can't 8 junk synchrons, 7 level 2s, and I can't open up with one of each. That is ridiculous. That's literally almost a quarter a deck each for the both of them. Alright, now we talking. See it there? First things first. To be expected. Contingency, just in case you ever get Violet or Imperm, you just go into this guy. Look like a 60 card shenanigan deck. Yep. With the adventure token. Wow. In a 60 card deck, you can only have 2 Destiny Fusion. Fusion Destinies. And this guy managed to pick up one in a 60 card deck without playing a draw card. But yet I struggling in a 40 card deck to pick up cards I have 7 and 8 copies of. That's ridiculous. That's literally 15 cards in the entire deck. That's almost half the deck, and I only need one in each one. And the guy in a 60 card deck to pick up 1 copy of a card you only could have 2 of in a 60 card deck. That was a nice try though. Or the Ice Dragon's prison is nasty. Ugh. That's Yu-Gi-Oh! The only thing with Ice Dragon's Prison is your opponent has to have that same type in the grave and on the field for it to actually work. Coming back during the next turn. Yeah, I can. Rebalanced the other one. I really should have kept that one in the deck. Wow. Wow. The one vanish already. Boy, that would be nasty. Because if they do that for Flame Wingman, I guess they felt that was too powerful or too much of an advantage for players. Oh wow. I could actually see this that token being a thing inside the event as well, because it doesn't require the extra deck. Boy. Yeah, we know, but they have Dragoon Bond. But then see, Konami has to do things like that. Reason being is because why bring out DPE, right? With Dragoon existing, Dragoon just trumps DPE. You see? So why would you spend money on DPE if Dragoon always can be above him? So ban the Dragoon, bring out DPE, give it an annoying effect, and then we make money. But at some point, either they're gonna ban the DPE or they're gonna unban the Dragoon. Well, if they did that, that would shut down. Because remember now, Pack of Fiber acts as like a generic engine for a lot of decks, especially decks that don't see a lot of play. So if they shut that down, that would really take away from the more generic build of decks that aren't meta that people like to play because they can combo off and go like into what's it? The level 4 Synchro Tuner from Synchro Monster from the extra deck. I can't remember the name. And Borrowload Savage, double negate on board, or make some kind of other ridiculous synchro board within a deck to make that deck, you know, viable. Yeah, Arclight. We say anime. Plus, Arclight also gets you an additional art for a ritual spell or a ritual monster, so like I said, it just makes other decks, because if you're playing a ritual deck and you can link into that and make that, you can then set up a really good turn 1 opening, because you know Arclight banishes anything that would go to the graveyard from the hand or the field, if I'm not mistaken. And then Borrow Savage, it also acts as an Omni Negate along with Borrow Savage. So when the Arclight uses the field, you can then get a ritual monster or spell to add to your hand, and basically to execute that combo, you only need 1 card. Oh, my bad. It looks so similar to anime, I just thought that's what it was, because it could have been a typo. Sorry, Amine. That's my bad. I'm so used to seeing the word anime, like, I just saw the 5 letters and just was like, you know, anime. But Amine, I'm sorry. Prometheus, you're wrong for that question. That's going to be it for this duel. I must say, for 60 cards, it has a lot of shenanigans in it, and it works to out-resource the opponent. But like I said, I'm sure there's nothing wrong with the ratio of the deck. It's really just the application itself, because if I were playing with physical cards, most of the time that's what I would open up with, literally. And then it's something within the ruling as well, like I think it's when you search in for a card to be odd, you can also assort cards in your deck. Like if you see like 2 or 3 copies of the same thing back to back, you can like move them before the deck is then shuffled by the opponent, and there is no restriction against that. That's why I tell people it isn't like how this is just data, it just gives you what it wants, and that's that. Ain't no arguing, ain't no complaining, you literally play whatever it is you have. No. Like I said, the only issue I have is with how the game ratios what hands you get. Right after this duel, I'm going to go to the simulator for opening hands and watch the simulator simulate the only 2 cards I need in the deck to go full combo back to back. But when you get in the actual duel, like I said, it's just data. So with just data, it gives you what it wants, and you can't do anything about it. You literally have to play what it gives you. But like I said, if you're playing in real life in the actual TCG, there are viable options, and he really should have saved that crossout designator. The main thing for crossout designator is always that. But I guess he feels Moxie is more of a threat. Very. Trust me on that. No. This is Quantums, Super Quantum. But their system for what you're supposed to get, play into, and all that stuff is ridiculous. Like I said, there's no way you have 8 copies of a card, 7 copies of another card, and you literally can't even pick up one of either one of them. That's ridiculous. That's 15 cards inside a 40 card deck. That's almost half the deck, and you can't see one. Yeah, it really is. But usually players who play a lot of them, they just want to win. But like I say, for me, it's just the experience of playing multiple different archetypes, understanding how they play, they work, so that you can incorporate them into other deck strategies and builds, just to make not just one, but 2 or more archetypes in a single deck better. That's why you can't ban the Haka Fibrax, because it can be played in rogue decks. Oh boy, this is horrible. This really is. Eight Junk Synchrons in the deck and I can't pick one up. Wow. And the moment I bump it up to 10 or 12, next thing you know, that's all you pick up. Like I give you 8 in the deck, can't pick one up. I want to see something. Alright, let me just go to the simulator and then 3 at a dot and 3 on another level 2. What in the world level 2 that'll be? Marine set. I'd have to check. I'm not sure if it's actually there. I'll check. Draw sample 5 hand. Watch this. See what I talking about right there? Junk Converter, Jet Synchron Graveyard. Sorry, yeah, Jet Synchron, Junk Synchron, full combo. Right there. Right there in hand. As soon as I go to the sample hand. Next card to draw. Stardust Trail. Next sample hand. Oh, this is garbage. And you're picking up 2 Stardust the second time. In the opening hand, you pick up 2 Stardust Synchrons. That means only 1 left in the deck. That's why I want to make sure that those toners were at 3 to ensure that you can combo off. Next card to draw Reinforcements at Army. Okay, so that isn't bad going second, because you can just go Rhoda to the Junk Converter. Next opening hand. Garbage. Draw a card. Garbage. The only thing you can do is hope off of the max you draw into what you need, and you don't always want to be on that gamble. Why am I playing the Odd Eye Synchro? Oh, I think you missed the duel where that Odd Eye Synchro Dragon actually won me the duel. Alright, usually, and this is what makes the most sense to me, and this is why he is in here. Alright, during the battle phase, you have monsters effects that can actually trigger and go off. For instance, that Link 1 Link Karibo that turns an attacking monster's attack to 0, they can't activate during the battle phase. On top of that, one of the engines that are highly played inside this game that he works excellent against. Going to it right now so you can see. Where is it? I should have... I do have it bookmarked. Anyway, numerons. It's actually really for numerons. What happens is, during the battle phase, when those numerons battle, every time they battle against a monster, they double their attack points. If this guy's on the field, because how I set him up, I usually have Steam Synchron and a level 4 monster body on board. If I got disrupted, let's say I got disrupted during my combo. No, sorry, if I'm not able to go full combo, I usually have a tuner and a level 4 on board. If I don't get to go full combo to make the Chaos Ruler, I usually end up being able to make a level 7. And Steam Synchron is usually left on the field. It usually be Steam Synchron and the level 4. No, Steam Synchron gets left and you trigger to make him, but instead of making the Chaos Ruler, you make him with Steam Synchron during the opponent's turn. So when they do go into the numerons, when they do battle, they never double. They can't activate their effects. They have to go straight into that Appaloosa. And that Appaloosa is only coming with 32. Appaloosa would kill it, but you get to actually not get OTK'd in that situation. And then other annoying monster effects that trigger during the battle phase. That's what Meteor Burst Dragon saves you from. And then I chose the Quantum Dragon for the 7 because you have monsters that can't be destroyed by battling card effects. You just use Quantum Dragon's effect to just bounce it back. Versus something like Black Rose Moonlight or Black Rose, because you have too many cards now that can't be destroyed by card effects, or its effect can only be triggered once, like Moonlight. You'd have to wait until your opponent fulfills that condition, whereas with Quantum Dragon, as long as you battle, whether your opponent attacks or you attack, you can trigger that effect to bounce that monster back. So you can remove a monster from board and then you can shut down all monster effects during the battle phase. That is my reasoning for the two of them. He doesn't see a... He wins you the duel. Most likely when he has to see play, that same Meteor Burst Dragon wins you the duel, hands down. Then the 2 level 8s I play, Chaos Ruler is self-explanatory, and the 1 Scarlight to destroy all special summon monsters your opponent can... Well, all special summon monsters with 3,000 or less attack, destroy all of them and inflict 500. So he does burn damage for you, and then everything else is self-explanatory. Junk Speeder, get your 3 tuners, Supernova, bam. And then at any point in time, you don't need Supernova and you need to make any of the other rare dragons, such as Calamity. You can also set up to summon Calamity during your opponent's turn, and that is the full combo. You go Supernova, you make Chaos Ruler, and you set up to make Calamity during your opponent's turn, all in that one combo. These same 2 cards, Junk Synchron and Converter, gets you that entire combo, just those 2 cards. Then you also have the option of going into Tyrant if you want to nuke the whole board, as well as in that combo you can also make Abyss if you don't want a Calamities during your opponent's turn, or Tyrant during your turn, because you can go Tyrant during your turn when you make Supernova, and you can also go Calamities during your turn, but you really want to set it up for your opponent's turn. And you can also go Abyss during your turn. If you like trying to OTK and you need to neg something or face downs on the board, you want to have that neg for it, then you can also make the Abyss and attempt the OTK. The Junk Warrior you never really summon, you just have it for the Synchro Overtake, but that's my reasoning behind those cards. The level 6 starter charge Warrior is just so that you could draw a card to try to unbrick your hand or get something that you could use to extend. Back to the sample hands, gonna do 5 more sample hands. All these sample hands are garbage. Draw again, at least you get Ash. Next sample hand, I don't understand how these work. 3 more sample hands. Alright, now this is a really good sample hand because you can go Rhoda, Junk Converter, send the Jet Synchron to the graveyard, or the Steam Synchron, Junk Synchron in your full combo. Moxie is just icing on the cake. Draw again. Necro Synchron. Garbage on again. Next draw, garbage. And garbage, draw again. Alright, this radio opened up the hand, started synchron, pitch it to the graveyard for converter for junk synchron full combo. But I don't understand how their ratios go. This was actually full combo radio with a draw. How it actually goes for hands, because like I said, 3 junk synchrons, 3 converters, which gets you junk synchron, a reinforcement to the army, and a synchro overtake, and you can barely see junk synchron. Then your level 2s, you can trigger Moxie at any time to get it in the graveyard to go junk synchron, to utilize junk synchron effect. And your 3 junk converters would just set you up perfectly to get your junk synchron. And your reinforcements to the army to add the junk converter so you can ensure that you get him or Mox. Well, it doesn't get you Moxie, but ensure that you get him, which is 7 2s, 8 junk synchrons. Now it makes me want to put in 3 tuning to play the deck. The only issue is when you're playing it, it's a gamble that you don't end up pitching your Port of Adverse into the graveyard just for your junk synchron sake. But I think that may be the best way to go and play it at 44. So that's what I'm going to try. Related cards, because it really just baffles me as to why you just can't see what you need. That now makes 11 junk synchrons in the deck. 11. I can add in another copy of this to make it 12 junk synchrons, but we actually need another level 2. But before I do that, it's which level 2? Because you need a level 2 that can go to the graveyard and be revived like almost instantly. Synchron carrier is actually good. You know, during your main phase, you can normal summon another synchron monster in addition to your normal summon instead of this card. If another synchron monster is sent to your graveyard as material for synchro summoning of the warrior machine, you could summon a level 2 token. I guess synchron carrier wouldn't be bad at all. That would actually be kind of useful because you can go junk synchron carrier, junk synchron. You won't get the actual full combo, but because if I use Quillbolt Hedgehog, it would require him to be in graveyard. But then you have to look at using tuning. If the Quillbolt gets sent to the graveyard, you can't special summon it back as a tuner. And if it gets milled off of Chaos Ruler's effect, I think we're gonna go Quillbolt Hedgehog. Hold on, I lied. We're gonna go Foolish Burial. That's what we're gonna go. Bam. We're gonna go Foolish. That should set everything up right there. Now we should get some real consistency with it being like this, because you can then Foolish. So now it's like having 8 level 2s and what's it, 11 junk synchrons, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now the question is, should I actually cut the synchro overtake? Because I have that many junk synchrons. If I cut the synchro overtake, I could actually add in another pot just to be a bit more consistent and recycle my graveyard just in case it does get milled to the graveyard. See the synchro overtake, or I could just cut a tuning. I could cut a tuning and add another copy of Adverex. Alright, so we're gonna cut, because sometimes you do end up with a level 2 that you need to normal summon, you have to special summon your junk synchron. Alright, we expect a decent amount of consistency from this. And see, I want to make sure I have the pot. Sometimes pot isn't always necessary. Let's just keep it at 1 pot for now, and let's just make sure we can actually combo off first and then go from there. And now see how it plays. we need to win this duel so that we don't get demoted again. You're saying one is enough for the pot? Oh, no. Oh, the pain. Oh, the pain. The pain. Alright, set. So we don't die instantly. Like I said, 12, literally 12 jump synchrons. If you can't open up with one, that is more than a quarter of the deck. That's why I literally don't understand how they do this ratio and thing to give you your opening hands. Oh man. But yeah guys, as promised, I'm trying to stream literally every single day as often as possible, even if it's only for 15 seconds. I'm trying to stream every day. So if you see a little stream pop up for 15 seconds, yeah, you should click on it because I most likely have something of value to say. Alright, Suzuki's gonna add. Wow, that is an impressive back row. And when you're really not playing competitively, it's like, no, we don't want you to add anything. Play with what you have. And it just gets worse. I don't understand it. I literally surrender. I don't know how much more of this I could take, because this literally don't make no sense. Literally. I have no idea. It like I tell you, it really baffles me. It really does. Because like I say, I'm sure there's nothing wrong with the ratio. They have 12. Count them, 12. I had tuners in hand, mind you. A 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold on. I think I counted wrong. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, sorry, 11. 11 jump synchrons. More than, well, that's actually on the point a quarter of the deck. And I can't see one of them when I open up. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. That really is crazy. I could cut the trails and the Stardust Illumination and put it to 40, but what that does is if I get hit with a Nibiru, I cannot extend, nor can I hit the Chaos Ruler players, which are really good. Nor can I be able, because they're really there once for Chaos Ruler and the next one's actually for the Scarlight. And then Jet Synchron's effect comes back so that you can go into the Abyss. But it's really ridiculous. It really is. First I gotta actually get the cards and then actually attempt to make 3 cubic trinities in a single turn. I think that would require you need 3 of the what's he called, the level 10 cubics. Sound like some recycling going on there, and then some banishment from the graveyard for the third one. I know the trap card does allow you to fuse. I think it's another card effect that allows you to banish your fusion materials. I just need to check. But this is ridiculous. It literally is. I can't say you could have that many junk synchrons in the deck or access to it, and you can't open up with one. Like I say, the moment you cut your lightning storms, you have heavy back row to deal with. Because if I cut that and the forbidden droplets, I'd be at 40 cards, and literally that's like I say, if you encounter heavy back row, that's troublesome. Alright, we're gonna cut the droplets and we're gonna cut the lightning storms, and let's see what we get. Basically, the deck is now an all or nothing. Your opponent opens up. If you couldn't stop that board or bait out their effects, you won't have access to the droplets to turn anything off, nor lightning storm to bait out any effects. That would be the dangerous part. But let's see. Going first. Okay, much better. That looked like that did the trick. That looked like that did the trick. Good old faithful Ash. Of course you expect that. As soon as you see tuning, what you're supposed to do, stop that. You don't want junk synchron, go from deck to hand, and then a potential mill. One, two, three, four. We're not sure what our opponent's playing, so we're gonna put it in our main monster zone for now. Yeah, we'll do this. Wow. Alright, this go for broke formula. Let's see if this gives us better results than we were getting before. I wonder now that it's actually at 40, I really wonder if we should utilize evenly matched. There we go again. I don't know what it is about with certain cards. Like, well, this is only the second time, so let me not speak too quickly. But we see how it go. But for the second time in a row so far since we have adjusted it. Grave. Wow, that's one of the reasons why I don't like the tuning. Because if it dump what you really want next, then it hurts. I mean, still got a way to get it back, so it isn't really that big of an issue. The synchro overtake does get it back from the graveyard. because we don't know what our opponent's playing. Near monster zone, because if it's cyber dragons, that's an easy out, and that's what you don't want. And this is the full combo I was talking about radio. Through Steam Synchron's effect, I would have been able to make the calamities when you would summon a monster. You don't want to summon him and chain to another effect, or it causes you to miss the timing of his effect. So once a monster is summoned, or an effect or has already resolved, then you would summon the calamities, and it's like GG after that. And then on the calamities summon, the red rain would come right back to you and get to set it. I'll probably do one more duel after this, and then that's gonna be it for this stream. Wow, what a hand! What a hand! I mean, it isn't. Oh, all right. Yeah. Well, all right. I guess I'll do this duel and then another duel. I wasn't expecting that instant surrender. I assume so. I really do. It didn't even give me chance. I mean, my hand really wasn't that bad because I had 2 Moxie and Nibiru, but it just depends on what he's playing, because if he playing anything that's going to do 4 summons or less in a single turn, or set up a counter to Nibiru, then I could be in trouble. And if you have an out to Moxie, then I would be in a really bad position. But oh wow, heroes. The hero shenanigans. If you want to learn how to play Yu-Gi-Oh, just play heroes. Start off with that, be alright. Oh no, that ain't right. I sure that ain't right. That wasn't the monster was supposed to go in that zone. Oh, boy. Yeah, but that was a really good one. That was a really good misplay, though. That really was. Sorry, I was supposed to do this. That was a really good misplay. I kid you not. That one misplay right there save him from actually losing the duel. Oh boy. Like I tell you, that was the best misplay in the world. That was the best misplay in the world. Even if he only has one, the standard play is to go increase. And that would equate to 5 summons right there. Because Stratos increase Vion is 4. And then any other fusion play after that, and you get in the Nibiru. Any other lane play, you get in the Nibiru. So you could just wait out heroes and just Nibiru there. Like I said, that was the best misplay in the world. Tribal Maid Sleeves, another 60 card. Oh no, it's 42. Alright, don't know what it is. Probably try Brigade. We want to be on the safe side. No. Called by the Grave, that if anything. Oh wow. Gamma. Alright. Didn't I call it? I did say try Brigade. In a minute. In a minute. That's a really strong token. There we go. Come on, man. are killing me. Wow, that's crazy. No, that is crazy. This first. I think that only levels it up. Ah, dang. Alright. Oh, wow. Oh, I can't do nothing about that. Just trying to avoid him drawing another monster. And it still doesn't work like how you want it. But that's where forbidden droplets would have come in handy. Alright, this is going to be the last duel. Alright, that ain't too bad at all. Oh wow. One card engine, Haka Fibrox, and some shenanigans. This is where going first is what you really want. Oh boy. And like I say, when you don't open with no hand traps, the only other viable thing is forbidden droplets. Like I said, you had to cut it to try to get some consistency with the combo. That makes me wonder if I should cut a trails on another shimmer. I mean illumination, and put in those two. I think that's what I'm gonna do, and just only be able to synchro at level 8 once. You could make that level 5 Yang Zing special, summon another whim from the deck, Bow Savage, something else. I think I'm going to play one more because I want to test that. I want to cut a Stardust Trail and a Stardust Illumination and see what kind of results I get. Yeah, I get Tahan. Bow Savage. Just thinking about it now, if I do cut a Stardust Trail, that would actually be forbidden droplets, and that would really have made a difference. Cupid. Another 8. It's another disrupt. Our droplets would have been looking really good right now. Because I could have gone Rhoda droplets, send the Rhoda, and send I guess the next card I pick up to the graveyard. Oh wow, looks like Colossus. Wow, that is a feat. They can't even act. Oh, wow. Well, and he's still going. This is where the Nibiru comes in and the Nibiru spare mode. Any one of them. Oh, wow. It's got the Psy-Frame engine. Okay, one card combo with the Psy-Frame engine, then go off. Ruling no more would have been good enough. I was wondering the same thing. I'm not sure. He's summoning again, and it looks like it's going to be another Mecha Phantom Beast from the Han. Yep. No, he's going for the Synchro 10. He's going to go into 8 then 10. What's she name? That the level 10 that negates and pops a card on the opponent's side of the field. Whatever she named. Draco Berserker isn't bad at all, but he probably will trade that in for to have another Omni negate. He doesn't? So why extend and summon that? Yeah, the Baryon. Oh wow, that isn't gonna work. Yeah. Nothing in his graveyard is to my favor. Wow. That Colossus. Alright. Now it makes me wonder if I should play Droplets or Ruler no more. I think Droplets though, because I would need a 2 engrave, and if by some chance I don't have it, I can send it. Let's cut one of this, one of that, and do I even have? Oh, I need to earn at least 2 of these so I could swap in and out, but I do have 2 Droplets. Alright. There we go. So at least we're not totally up the creek if our opponent combos off and sets up a board. Alright, we're going first. It all depends on what synchros you're playing, you know. His effect just says that you can't add cards from the deck except by drawing them. So if you can draw, you can still make your plays. Oh, why does this Han sucks eggs? Set. Alright, am I? Alright. I want to test something out first. Extra monster zone. It's like 60 cards again. Yep, where do they be trying to go with these 60 cards shenanigan decks? Wow. Yes. Wow. Well, crap, I should have gotten the 2 because he could activate his effect from the grave. Battle. What? When this card is destroyed by box, oh, special summon one hero monster with 1,000. Oh, that's lucrative. That's it? Alright. That ends my turn. Some kind of 60 card hero something. You must be literally playing, what, every card related to heroes? Banished out of polymerization. Let me let that go off. Dark calling. Let's see what he summons. Delicious bean. Because I know you don't want to extend. Rainy day. Oh wow. Oh, thought he was gonna change to being the target for being from being. That's a great deal of shenanigans. Huh. Alright. That's fine, go ahead. Yeah, I know. You're coming for that Dark Law too. Practicing fool. What the hell? Face a special summon on level 4 Vision Mon. This guy literally have to be playing every card related to heroes. He have to be. He has to. Wow! 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 He turned my Chaos Ruler into a punk. Alright. Alright, since that's how he wants to play. Since that's how he wants to play it. Guess we gotta get that from the deck. Let's go with one. Over there. Two, 3, and 4. Ooh, I should have left that 2 in the deck, you know. Oh well. Make sure she ain't in there already. Oh, yep, she is. So no need to play that. Let's go into this guy. No. All right. If I make that play, I can regurgitate that. Alright, that's what we're gonna do. Monster Reborn first. Nope. From the graveyard. And from the graveyard. Go. Hey, what you say, Ruben? Ew, that isn't in the grave. Alright, this is going to be the last one, guys. Oh boy. These duels we gonna go in second. What's this? If you have no cards in your graveyard, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard until the end of the next turn. Any card sent to the graveyard is banished. Wow. That's almost powerful. Alright. The hell is that? Oh, Flanders. Wow. They're really getting annoying. Oh, wow. Wow. Like I said, you had to cut the lightning storm in order to play the deck, or else, yeah, I would have to answer for the back row. And those same two set of shenanigans would set this up, would have been irrelevant. Even the field spell cut for the additional normal summon. Most likely any other competitive deck that I use plays evenly, so this wouldn't even be an issue. And evenly banishes face down, so all those effects that would actually activate when banish wouldn't even activate. This is a real head scratcher. And the only real thing is because we were forced to go second, that's what put us in the position we were actually in. Because I got one copy of the Illumination and the Trail, so we could play 2 copies of the Droplet, so we could actually out any monster threats on board, and then we just don't have our Lightning Storm to clear the back row. Now it makes me wonder if I should cut the trap card from 3 to 2 to play 2 Lightning Storms and leave this at 1. Let's do that, and then one Harpy's Feather Duster, 1 Lightning Storm. Alright, one more time before I go. Alright, going first this time. Oh man, this on is garbage. Well, for horrible on that worked out just now, but boy, that was horrible. Alright. Alright, guys. Tomorrow. Until next time. Later.